All information contained in this podcast is general in nature and does not consider your individual circumstances. You should consider the appropriateness of this information with regards to your individual objectives, financial situation, and needs. Welcome to Sharing More Than the Sheets, a podcast to help you and your partner make better financial and lifestyle decisions so that you can both focus on the things that you love. I'm your host, Michael Khouri, financial planner, green thumb, husband, and just dad. Have you ever had a gym membership and not actually gone to the gym? Maybe a week goes by, maybe 2 weeks go by, maybe 2 months go by, and you find yourself in a position where you're just wondering why you're not going to the gym, but you know that others are going to the gym. Until maybe you get a personal trainer or a friend or someone that goes with you to the gym or checks in or sees how you're going, or someone that can work out with you, which creates results as a result of their accountability. Today we're talking about accountability and the power of accountability. Now, to me as an advisor and my clients, I know the difference of accountability. And my clients or anyone that has an advisor of some sort or a personal trainer would know the power of accountability. But for those that haven't actually had something like that before, especially for, a financial advisor or a wealth, someone to help them with their wealth in some way, or personal health, they wouldn't actually realize the power of accountability. And it's when you actually realize and you actually then, the penny essentially drops where you think, okay, you know what? It's probably actually worth paying someone to have this accountability, because if you're getting results, then it's worth it. If the benefit outweighs the cost, then it's worth it. Having a coach or an advisor that creates accountability, it helps give you clarity. It helps give you clarity in that, it helps you actually work out exactly what you're trying to achieve, what your goals are, and what you're working towards. But secondly, it helps you visualize the problems that you're facing, or the issues that you're facing, and usually they will help you find solutions to those problems. But the issue is, without someone on the outside looking at our situation, if not always, we can make wrong decisions, or we can make decisions that are biased. And I can just talk from experience. Even me personally, I'm a financial advisor, and I have an advisor. It's a friend of mine, and I talk to him regularly, and I run things past him when I'm making big decisions, and sometimes I am making biased decisions. So we all need that outsider's perspective, someone to essentially look at our situation and say, hold on a sec, why did you do this? Someone to critique our decision making, because it will help give you clarity when you have someone from the outside looking in instead of being on the inside looking out. And this is something that's been around for years. Some of the most successful the most successful organizations in the world have all had coaches or had external consulting, or someone that comes in from the outside to look at how things are being done. The other thing is that an accountability coach, or a coach of some sort, can help you focus. It can help you focus on what you're actually trying to achieve, on what's actually important, because our job as advisors is to bring people back to their goals, to bring them back to what they're working towards. And this is easy to do, in good times, but when times are tough, or when we have curveballs thrown at us, it's very easy to lose focus on what we're actually working on, be it retirement, paying down debt, building up savings, building up an investment portfolio. That focus is invaluable in times where things get tough. And as I said, during the year, you might be fine 360 of those days. But it's those 5 days in the year, those 5 moments where you potentially could be losing focus, where having someone there makes a big difference, because bringing you back on track, bringing you back on focus, will help you work a lot faster and a lot more efficiently towards your goals. Another big thing about accountability is as advisors, we help clients essentially work out where resources or time are being wasted. And because our job is to look at the situation and to essentially work out, okay, where is money or where is time being spent? Is that efficient? Is that in line with someone's goals? And usually when we look at things, and usually when there is that accountability, resources and time are not being wasted as much, because the person that's, my client, for example, or the person that seeks the coach or the advisor, usually when they're in focus and there's someone that they're talking to and there is that accountability and that regular contact, they're less likely to waste their time on things that aren't aligned to their goals. And they're less likely to spend money that they don't need to be spending or using up resources they don't need to be using up as well, because suddenly the path becomes clearer because there's more clarity. And then suddenly you become what you should be spending your time and money on becomes a lot more defined and a lot more obvious. Now, with all this, one of my favorite things, and I use this word so many times, is that it increases productivity. Like having a coach, having accountability in general, just makes you more productive because first of all, you're focusing on the right things in the right way, hopefully. Secondly, it's creating a positive atmosphere in this sense of optimism or excitement because, I mean, it's different to a personal trainer that's giving someone, I mean, actually, you know what? It's very similar to a personal trainer that's sort of like, imagine you've got someone doing dumbbell presses and they're almost towards the end. Having someone in your ear saying, you can do it, it's all you. Like we all hear these things at the gym. But having someone there in your ear pushing that product, that positivity, pushing that motivation in a way creates productivity. And now as an advisor, I'm not in my clients' ears every day saying, you can do it, it's all you. But I'm there when we talk and we talk about their goals and what they're working towards. Yes, I'll help them become more motivated towards them if I feel the need to, or if I feel like it's lacking, or if I feel like it's needed. And having someone that you're talking to, it just naturally motivates you. It's like when you're doing anything, as soon as you start telling your friends or your family or anyone around you, you naturally become more motivated because you're like, yeah, this is great. And especially if they're giving you energy and they're feeding off your energy and motivating you. What this also does is that it helps build trust in not just your advisor, but trust in yourself that you can do it. Because when you have someone from the outside looking at your situation saying, you know what, I've looked at your situation, I've considered your goals, and you can actually do this. It gives you this sense of trust, this sense of, I mean, you haven't accomplished it yet, but it's almost a sense of accomplishment in that you're actually working towards something. You can do it. It becomes real. So many times I'll talk to a client, especially in the first meeting, where they'll tell me that they want to retire, but they don't think they can do it, or they want to pay down their debts, but they don't think they can do it, or they want to buy a second or third property, but they don't think it's possible. And then when we come back with advice, it's like, well, hold on a sec. Wow, like it actually is possible. And suddenly there's this level of trust or even confidence in yourself or in that person's self where they think, wow, okay, I can actually do this because I have a path. I've used this analogy before, and it's like if you're stuck in a forest and you don't know how to get out, you'll probably go around in circles and give up. But if you've got a map or you've got some direction or you've got someone that says, no, you know what, I can see where you are in the forest, you're going to get out of that forest, or there's a very high chance you can get out, or you can get out, especially if there's a pathway and someone tells you what you need to do. That person's more likely to get out. Even if it takes 5 years or 10 years, they will probably get out of that forest because there's this sense of positivity, and not positivity, there's a sense of trust in oneself that they can achieve it because they know it's possible. The last thing, and for me, this is probably my biggest thing, and every accountability coach or advisor or personal trainer or anything, you know, any person that can relate to this accountability piece and their job can relate to this, is setting goals clearly and objectively. An accountability coach or an advisor will help you work towards your goals. They'll help you set specific, measurable, attainable, and time-bound goals. Things that can benefit you, your family, your business, things that will help you work towards something. And it's okay to not have goals straight away. I talk to some clients and they say, look, I don't know my goals. I don't have goals. That's fine. It's okay. There's no point creating something just for the sake of it. But if you have at least something to work towards initially, it will help your other goals become a lot more clearer down the track because you'll then know what you can achieve. You've got that trust, that confidence, all those things I just talked about. So helping you set goals clearly and objectively, and also to help make the goals realistic. Like again, I'll have a client that tells me I want to retire in 2 years on $1 million a year. Now, no one's actually said that to me, but if someone ever said that to me, you know, my job would be to bring them back to earth, and to show them, look, this is like, I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's going to be very difficult for these reasons, unless obviously that person earns quite a substantial amount of money, and that may be possible, especially if they've already got wealth in place. But if they've got nothing and that's their goal, then it's it's not going to be that easy. So my point is, having accountability, having an outsiders person is literally that the power of accountability is, I think, one of the most underrated aspects of having an advisor and having someone there. I always relate finances to health. I talk about this all the time. Very similar in this case, where if you have someone there, personal coach, doctor, someone that can help you with your health, you're more likely to become healthier. Just like a financial advisor, if you have an advisor there to help you with your money, with your goals and what you're doing with it, you're going to be a lot more likely to achieve your goals because of that accountability. That will hopefully lead to you making better decisions for you and your family. Thanks for joining us on Sharing More Than the Sheets. Please make sure you subscribe to be updated with future episode releases, and feel free to share this episode with any friends or family that you think it might benefit. Please visit us at sharingmorethanthesheets.com.au to submit questions or requests for future podcast topics. These podcasts have been brought to you by Better Financial Planning Australia. To book a 15-minute phone chat, visit betterfinancialplanning.com.au.